OpenAI has inked a deal with parent company of Politico and Business Insider. That's Axel Springer. The multi-year agreement compensating Axel Springer for the content OpenAI will use to generate answers on ChatGPT and train its models. The Associated Press reaching a similar deal with OpenAI in July. Joining us now with more on AI's implications for journalism, CNBC contributor Walter Isaacson and advisory partner at Perella Weinberg, professor at Tulane. The list goes on, and of course, biographer of the world's greatest innovators, including Elon Musk, Steve Jobs, Leonardo da Vinci. We could just use the whole segment to go through the bio at this point, Walter. I could be flip and say, when is it that all of these books that you're writing are going to be written by AI once they've consumed all of your previous books and everything else? And is this a good thing or a bad thing that these guys are doing all these deals?
It's a really good question. I mean, one of the things you bring to the party, I bring to the party, is we go out there. I live in a Airstream trailer for a year in Boca Chica, Texas, watching Musk walk the assembly line. So at the moment, no robot can be doing that and taking notes and processing it. But certainly the day my book comes out, an AI bot could take the entire book and process it and repurpose it and repackage it. And that's why I think what Axel Springer did, has a wonderful, smart CEO, Matthias Döpfner, and AP is doing as well, is saying, yeah, you could scrape all of my content and you could then have a much better bot. But if you're going to scrape my content, we're going to have to make a deal. And you're going to have to pay money. And I would hope my publisher, Simon & Schuster, and your publisher, Andrew, would say, yeah, if you want to take that entire book, ingest it, and make it part of a training set, that's just like if you want to make it into an Audible book or something, we're going to have an arrangement for that. And that's where I think we're going to see the conflict. But I'm really glad Axel Springer is jumping on the case and so is the Murdoch empire, by making this a copyright issue.
Do you think that there's a first mover advantage to making these deals? Meaning, I have a view, I may be wrong about this, that those who make the deals early, the value proposition to an OpenAI is the AP archive is very, very valuable. Maybe doing it through Politico could be very valuable, I don't know. But that once you actually capture one or two or three big archives, the other archives therefore become less valuable because you may not need them. I know Mark Benioff owns Time Magazine. That archive unto itself, I mean, you know Time Magazine better than anybody. They've been, and I say this with great respect, one of the things they did over many, many years is they would pick great quotes on a fair use basis out of all the newspapers when they were writing a profile of someone sometimes. I mean, people, if you go back in sort of the archives, so they actually have some of the best stuff from everybody else's journalism, which is a very interesting issue. So all of a sudden, if you were to license that archive, you would undermine the value of the original archives where some of this material came from.
This is where we get to the great fair use law, and it's come up to the Supreme Court even with my friend Len Goldsmith does a picture of the musician Prince, and it's sampled by Andy Warhol for his piece of art. How much can you use without violating copyright? And the interesting thing is the principles of copyright we have apply to AI and to all new technologies. I think this could be a godsend for good journalism. I mean, we've gone through a decade, actually 20 years almost, in which good journalism has been decimated by the internet because the business model doesn't work anymore. That's why Time Magazine is so thin. But if you are creating good, well-reported, exclusive journalism, if you decided you're sending a reporter to the Rafah crossing in Gaza and you're going to spend the money to do that, then you're going to be able to license your content and there will be competition. I use 3 or 4 AIs right now. I use Grok, of course, and I use OpenAI. And at a certain point, there'll be a differentiator, which is which of those has content that is trained to be the most reliable. Because one of the oldest rules in computer science is GIGO, garbage in, garbage out. So who puts in the best training data?
Well, Walter, that's what so the next question I was going to go to Grok and Elon Musk. When I spoke to him just 2 weeks ago, he said something fascinating, which was that
He said
believes all
many
of
things
these models.
fascinating when you spoke to him, but let's stick with whatever you're picking.
On the AI front, he said, look, all of these models, including OpenAI, have effectively been training on copyrighted material the entire time. It's a lie that they haven't, is what he said. He said it'll get worked out in court probably in a long time from now, after everybody's built their systems anyway. He also, when we started talking about the value of the data that he has on Twitter, he's now offering, any investor in X is getting a 25% stake in his AI company. And so how do you see that data stream? Is that gold? And
absolutely crucial.
But is there garbage in, garbage out? Like, how do you know what's going to be the good stuff? Because I know it, but there's some of it's very factual, some of it's not.
Yeah. Well, you had 2 points there. First of all, the data stream, the billion tweets a day on Twitter, is the hive mind of humanity, enormously valuable. And when he was first closing the deal in October of last year, I was at one of the meetings, and he got dark and angry, and he said, we're going to cut off the API, meaning, the interface that Google and Microsoft and other developers can use to get access to some of our data flow. And I remember people got really upset. Why is Musk cutting this off? It makes it harder to study things in Twitter. And the reason, he said to me privately, is because he was starting an AI company, and he didn't want Microsoft to be able every day to be scraping that data for OpenAI. Now comes the second part of your question, which is really fascinating, is you want that data stream, let's say it's a Twitter hive mind of humanity data stream, you don't want it to be too polluted. Otherwise, it's not going to be good. You're going to get a Grok AI that does really toxic things. And the fact that he's allowing the Twitter feed to become more controversial, more toxic, more putting out fringe theories, in the long run, I think that's going to hurt the value of that stream.